Well, g'day, and welcome back again to Jiaqing. We've just finished in the jade markets. We're still in SiHui. We're just going to take a little stroll around here just to have a little look around on our way out. We're up here, we are up by the river here. Just down here we have all these tables set up, and they've all got these markings which I think would be for playing mahjong. So we've got a number of tables here for that. We're going to go for a little walk along the river, and we're actually going to end up back over behind these buildings. Here is the way that we drove in. We're actually going to walk down there. There's actually a sports stadium which looked like a really interesting building, and then there's what looks like a little kids amusement park. So here's a sculpture of guys. I'm guessing they're meant to be oranges. SiHui being a big orange production center, very well known throughout China as an orange producing area. So yeah, as we're walking around, I do want to just say big thanks to all the new subscribers we've picked up in the last few days. I did a couple of videos back on the cashless society thing, and that seems to have just taken off. I've got, what, 4,500 views on that, which blows me away. You know, most of my videos are getting 100 or something, and something must have touched the nerve, which is really cool. And I've sort of been sitting around sort of, 70, 80 subscribers, picking up 1 or 2 new subscribers a week. And then all of a sudden, I put up that video and it's just taken off. So thanks for all the new viewers. We might just, as we're walking around, give you a little bit of an introduction to who I am and what this channel is all about. Wow, look at this river. So the river's sort of doing a big circle around here. Buildings built right up to the river. There's a road running around there. Looks like, I don't know if this is an island here, but this river will run down to join the main river that runs through sort of where I live before heading down towards Hong Kong, Macau, and out into the sea. These mountains up in front of us, if we follow these mountains down this way, that'll actually lead us back to Dinghu, which is sort of where our school is. We're about 25 kilometers from our Dinghu campus, another sort of 25 kilometers back to Zhuangzhou. So we're about 50 kilometers from home at the moment. So yeah, for those new subscribers, as we're walking around and having a look around here, I am from Australia. I've been here in China now for, coming up on 7 years. And yeah, I've always had people asking, oh, what's China like, rah-de-rah, old friends from Australia. On the odd occasion that I do talk to people from Australia, I don't talk to many people. I'm pretty self-contained. But I sort of figured, I've been watching quite a number of channels here on YouTube, foreigners living in China, and a couple of Chinese people making videos around China as well. And I sort of thought, rather than having to say the same thing all the time to people when I do talk to people, just make some videos and sort of show my life here. And this is very much my perspective on things. So things that I say, don't take them as gospel. I don't claim to have a whole lot of knowledge about a whole lot of stuff here. I'm still very, very basic on the language and stuff. So yeah, this is all about my perspective. If you want to learn, facts about living in China and, Chinese government policies and stuff like that. There's other channels, go and find that stuff. This is very much my perspective on life here. Wow, look at this big building up here. That looks nice. Must be some sort of restaurant or something, I would imagine. So yeah, as I said in the earlier video, SiHui is part of Jiaqing. There's a lot of technology stuff out here. Battery manufacturing. I think there's a couple of car manufacturers out here. I think BYD might have a plant out here somewhere. I actually met back just before I started this channel. They had a big dragon boat racing festival over another small town out in front of us this way, probably 20 odd kilometers out in front of us, which I was actually going to, that was going to be my first video for this YouTube channel. And I had no idea what I was doing, and it just didn't work out. It was not going to be a good video, so I scrapped that. But we will get back in the future, next year when they do that festival. You know, it's an annual thing, so we will get back there and do a video of that, because it was an amazing day, absolutely phenomenal. But yeah, while we're out there, the Foreign Affairs Department here in Jiaqing actually contacted quite a number of us foreigners to take there. And so I met this guy from, where was he from? Somewhere, might have been, I can't even remember, I'd be guessing. But he actually works, I think he works in a battery factory. And yeah, so he does a lot of that sort of technology stuff. He is some sort of engineer. I'm not entirely sure what. Actually, this hat here that I'm wearing, this actually comes from that Dragon Boat Festival. It was one of the gifts they gave us, as well as a couple of bags of food and all sorts of things. So yeah, what else can I tell you about this channel? Yeah, we're basically exploring. So I live in Jiaqing, which is a city in Guangdong province. We are sort of an hour, just over an hour from Guangzhou, a couple of hours from Shenzhen, a couple of hours from Hong Kong, Macau. So sort of down in the Pearl River Delta area. And yeah, it's a nice place. I really do enjoy it. It's a very nice city to be in. It is quite a good tourist spot for Chinese people. Not a lot of foreign tourists in Jiaqing. You do occasionally see tourists running through, but not very often. There's a few foreigners around now, a few other foreigners living in Jiaqing. Sort of starting to come back after COVID. During COVID, a lot of the foreigners left. I sort of stuck around. I sort of figured with China in the past, having been through the bird flu stuff, and me being in a medical college, I sort of spoke to a couple of the staff there when they first mentioned, when COVID first happened. Said, okay, so should I go home or what? And they sort of told me what to expect, and I just sort of went, nah, you know, they're probably, because of their past experience with bird flu, they're probably going to handle it here better than we're going to handle this thing in the West. I think you know, and they did. I mean, for all the talk about China's zero COVID policy and all that, and how draconian it was and all the lockdowns, well, in Jiaqing, I was locked down for, I think, 6 days. And that was it. And that was right at the tail end. And that was only sort of maybe I don't know, a couple of square kilometers around our school in Guangzhou, because a few cases appeared in our area. The rest of Jiaqing wasn't locked down at all. A lot of Jiaqing never suffered any sort of a lockdown. So yeah, it wasn't as bad as people like to say. So yeah, the other thing I sort of wanted to mention as we're walking along here was, let's turn our camera back around so we can have a look at where we're going. The other thing I sort of wanted to mention was we talked about this cashless society, or so-called cashless society. It's not really cashless, but got a lot of comments and stuff underneath there. So we are going to follow up. We're going to do a whole lot more on that sort of stuff. I'm going to go away, do some research, because there were a few people mention things that I've sort of heard about, but I don't really know much about. So we're going to go and look into a few things. So one, for example, is face scanning technology to pay for things. So it's one thing one of my work colleagues, Frankel, he's got a little corner shop around from his house. And he doesn't even have to pull out his phone out of his pocket to pay for things that he buys. They scan him in the shop. Then he just stands in front of the face scanner, recognizes his face, and hey presto, he's paid. So he just basically walks in, scans the stuff, walks out, and that's it. It's amazing. So we're going to do some more research on that. There were a few other questions flopping around about foreigners accessing WeChat Pay and stuff like that. Whether it's worthwhile foreigners who are just coming to visit for a week or two, is it worthwhile them setting up a WeChat Pay account? So we're going to go away. We're going to do a little bit of research on that sort of stuff. Come back with another video about that stuff. And the other thing that we're going to look at, I had some moron, I can't think of a better word for him, making claims about the social credit system here in China, which he has absolutely zero idea about. So I've actually been doing research over the last couple of days about that, finding out some actual information. So I've got the stuff that I've sort of heard about it and the stuff I've seen and experienced, but we've actually gone deeper. I've got a few sources from outside of China, places like MIT, a couple of other places outside of China. I've also got the actual government policy that I've got to sit down and read through, and also some media coverage from within China. So yeah, we're going to do a video on that, because it's not... Oh, here we go. Let's just stop here and have a little look here. So we've got a map here of where... So this must be where we are now. We're heading down to this bridge. We're going to head off this way. It's a sports stadium over here, and then just beyond that is some sort of amusement park we're going to look at. But this here, Suijiang Scenic Road Introduction. Suijiang Scenic Road is built along the Suijiang River with a total length of 12.8 kilometers running through the main urban area of SiHui County. There are bicycle paths, walking paths, and 13 platforms in total. The themes of the platforms are distinctive, including natural environment, leisure and fitness, historical changes, celebrity stories, folk culture, special food, tourism development, jade culture, dragon boat racing, ancient paper making, Genxian culture, Hakka folk songs, legislative work. It is integrating the original ecological beautiful landscape, Lingnan characteristic culture and colourful urban landscape into one. It is a good scenic site for citizens and tourists. And then, we get a little bit of information here about SiHui itself. So SiHui City is located in the midwest part of Guangdong Province, 30 minutes from the Pearl River Delta Economic Life Circle with Guangzhou as its centre. SiHui is the urban bridgehead of Jiaqing to build Guangdong, Hong Kong, Macau, Greater Bay Area. It is also a hub city connecting the southwest China. SiHui is one of the oldest counties in Lingnan, founded in the 33rd year of the first emperor of Qin, so 214 BC. SiHui is an ancient county with a history of more than 2,200 years. This city has a unique Lingnan cultural temperament. In 2007, the Chinese Toponym Cultural Heritage Expert Committee assessed it as China's toponym Cultural Heritage Millennium Ancient City. SiHui is a national civilized city, hometown of Chinese citrus, so oranges, hometown of Chinese jade, the famous hometown of overseas Chinese in Guangdong province, and the place where the sixth ancestor became Buddha. So I think, okay, so where that sixth ancestor became Buddha, that was over, so we're down this way here somewhere now. No, okay. To Gaoyao, to Maoming. So I thought the sixth, what was it? The sixth ancestor, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? The sixth ancestor became Buddha. I thought that was in Sing Sing County in Yunfu, which would be up this way, I think. As a famous historical city with profound cultural background, a gathering of cultural landscapes, beautiful and elegant. Okay, so SiHui was rated as the best tourist destination in China. Wow, okay. And then we have the QR codes down here. If you scan these, you can actually pull up a lot more information. I don't know if you get onto the website, I don't know that it will have anything in English. I'm not sure. But yeah, this is certainly a place I'm going to have to get back and do more videos here, because it does look a pretty amazing place. There's a lot of technology stuff here. I do want to, so that's another thing I want to try and do with this channel, is try and start getting into some factories where production of different things happen. I'd love to go and see a car production plant. Maybe hit up this guy I met who works in this battery. I'm sure it was a battery place he works in, developing batteries. I'd love to go and have a look at what they do there. So yeah, we've got a lot of plans. We've got a lot of ideas. And so yeah, back to what we're doing on this channel. It is really looking at life in China, very much from my perspective. I don't, like I said, I don't claim to be hugely knowledgeable. I'm just show you what I see and what I think about stuff. I know there's a few Chinese subscribers on board now. So if you do hear me make a mistake about something, don't be shy about jumping in the comment section and correcting me, because like I say, I'm still learning. I'm more than happy to be corrected if I get something wrong. These buildings here in front of us, I don't know, that sun's in a bit of the wrong direction. It's sort of up behind those buildings. It's a bit hard to see, but they look absolutely stunning. They're all brand new. There's a lot more. When we get up onto this bridge, we'll have a look around, because driving over here, I did notice there's a lot of new development going on all around the place. So we have more big apartment buildings over on our left here, running along the river. And yeah, so if I get something wrong, feel free to come and correct me. But come with facts, not with just, like this guy that was talking about the social credit system has absolutely no idea what he's talking about. And my last comment to him, I'm not even going to reply to him anymore. In fact, if he keeps being a prat, I'm just going to block him from the channel, because I don't need people like that. My last comment to him was, look, if you've got actual evidence of this stuff that you're claiming, present it. Show me the evidence, because I live here. I live here in China. I've spoken to people about the social credit thing, both Chinese and other foreigners. I've seen videos from other people living here talking about that subject. And what you're saying is just factually wrong. So, yeah, I'm happy to be corrected. But people who just want to come, you know, they're just China haters, basically. They're just following what the media or Western politicians tell them without actually having any knowledge of what they're talking about. Right, we're going to try and get up here, up onto this bridge. So yeah, I do try and stick away. Oh wow, how do we get up here? Okay, we might have to walk all the way down here and come around that corner to get back up onto the bridge here. So we are, the other thing with the channel, I do stay away from politics. I'm not interested in discussing politics between China and the West. I have zero interest into getting into that argument. But if you do have questions about the politics within China, I'm happy to talk about that. We did a video a while back on the political system here, which is not anything like what is alleged in the West. It's much more, in fact, I think it's a damn good political system, to be quite honest. I actually like it. It has, you know, sure, it has its faults like any political system, but it also has a lot of things that give it a lot of merit, that make it very, very, very good. But yeah, we won't be getting into that stuff too deeply, because that just involves a whole lot of research, which, while there's some subjects, the social credit thing, I'm actually interested in researching that. I'm interested in learning a bit more, but I don't want to spend a lot of time doing research on all these different subjects. There's other channels that do that far better than I will ever be able to do it. One I would recommend, if you haven't checked him out yet, go and look at Jerry's Take on China. Search him up. He does a great job discussing a lot of the politics here in China, a lot of the political stuff. He interviews a lot of people within the government who are very open and honest with him. He's one of my favorite China YouTubers now, I think. I haven't sort of known about him for terribly long compared to others, but I do enjoy what he does. He's always got a really good take, and everything's backed up with sources and stuff. So yeah, I recommend strongly, if you're interested in what life is like here, go and check him out. There's a few others. We might actually make a video one day about YouTubers in China, and might contact some of these people that I follow. We might actually get them to do a little, 1 or 2 minute introduction of what their channel is, what sort of things they like to talk about, and do a video so we can try and introduce you to some of these other people, because there are some people making really, really good content about life here in China. Okay, we're onto our bridge. So these buildings on our left, I don't know how, with that sun up there, I don't know how well you can see this, but there are really dark coloured buildings, but with these orange streaks running through them. It looks fantastic. And then here's the river area. We sort of get a bit more of a look. We'll get up towards the middle of the bridge here first. So all of these buildings here, all of these over here, all these through here, they all look very, very new. SiHui is another fast growing part of Jiaqing. I would think, Like Jiaqing's made up of a number of different towns. So you've got Guangzhou, Dinghu, Deqing, SiHui, Gaoyao. There's a number of other places as well. And I would think SiHui and Dinghu are probably the two fastest growing regions here at the moment. There's a lot of stuff happening in Dinghu. And yeah, it appears there's a hell of a lot of stuff happening here as well. So we can see cranes up here. We've got more buildings going up here. The river's curling around to the left out this side. It's just it's an amazing place. And then down behind these buildings, there's a sports stadium, which is what I want to go and see. We drove past here in the DD car on the way here, and it looked pretty amazing. So just from here, we're sort of over in the middle of the river now. We'll just pan around, have a little look, so you can see more cranes, more buildings being built here. Oh, there's another crane over here, more buildings being built. More apartment buildings being built over here. And then, actually it looks fairly flat out this way, but then you get back out here, we got more mountains up the back of the city here. Oh, and there's a, wow, look at this tower up here. Let's just get, so on this hill up in front of us, we have this tower, which we're not going to walk over there now. Like I say, we will be back to SiHui in the future. I think this is a place I'm going to have to come and see a bit of. I hope we're not picking up too much wind noise. I've got the wind muff on my microphone. So yeah, we've just picked up the DJI Mic 2 system. So we'll see how well this wind muff works, because that wind is fair blowing. Oh, we've got life rings here. If someone falls into the river, throw one of them down. Looks a bit old. This rope looks very old. Might want to look at replacing that sometime soon. So, just on the road here, we've got 3 lanes running each way. Then down here, we've got a lane that'll be for push bikes, electric bikes, motorbikes. Oh, here comes an electric bike now. And then the footpath on the side. And then we have the same over the other side. And it's a big bridge, actually. It's taking longer than I thought to walk over. And okay, I can just see the top of this sports stadium just behind the buildings up here. Yeah, while we're still walking over this bridge, a bit more information for you newbies to the channel. Yeah, if you have questions, if you have anything that you'd like to learn about life here in China, hit us up in the comment section. Let us know. Tell us what you want to see. Just remembering at the moment, it is very much sort of Jiaqing based. Jiaqing, Yunfu. I do go over to Yunfu a lot. I've got really good friends over there. And at the moment, I'm still sort of getting set up with camera gear and stuff. So I'm not traveling very far. A lot of money is being spent. You know, I've just bought this new microphone system. Basically filming on my phone with a gimbal. But we are looking at, I'm looking into other options. I've got to buy a couple of drones. So yeah, this year is really going to be about spending money to get myself set up. And then we're going to start traveling further afield. And seeing a bit more stuff, seeing a bit more of life further afield from Jiaqing and, you know, getting out of Guangdong province. Other stuff we've got coming up this weekend. So we are, what day is it today? It's Tuesday today. So this weekend we're actually heading off to Guangzhou. We're going to watch a Gaelic football competition, which I don't know much about Gaelic football. But the reason we're doing this, I've been trying to find an Australian football in China for years, pretty much since I got here. One of the first classes I always do with when we get new students in the school, sort of talk a bit about Australia, introduce them to me, tell them a bit about what life in Australia is like and stuff. And then our second or third class, we normally talk about sports. Talk about what sports are popular in China, what compared to what do you like to play, what's popular on the whole, and for you personally, what do you enjoy? And then we talk about sport in Australia, and I show them. I've got a couple of videos, one on what is cricket, and the other what is AFL. And yeah, I've always wanted to have an AFL ball to actually show them what an Australian football is like to hold and kick and stuff. Never been able to find one. You can get American footballs, you can get rugby balls online here, but trying to find an Australian football is just impossible. So last time I went over to Yunfu, I actually jumped on the internet and I just thought, bugger it, let's just put in AFL in China and see if anything comes up. And sure enough, I found a site for the AFL, I think it's the Development Commission or something in Shanghai. I got in touch with a guy there, Simon, sent him an email, and he sent me an email back and said, oh, you actually want to contact this guy, Michael, in Guangzhou. He actually runs a football club there. Talk to him, he might be able to help you out. So yeah, I got in contact with Michael, and it's been amazing. He sent me a half dozen footballs free of charge, looked after me. And yeah, he runs a football club in Guangzhou. He's got, I think there's 6 teams in his competition. So we're actually going to head over and do a video about the AFL stuff there at some point. But this weekend they've actually got the Gaelic Football Association in China is having a competition. So we're going to go and have a look at that. And, oh, turn you off, what's that? And yeah, make a video out there. And then in May, they've actually got another competition over in Xiamen, which is over in the next province to the east of Guangdong. And they've got teams coming from quite far afield apparently. So we're going to go and have a look at that. See what we can see there. Yeah, I'm quite interested to see how AFL works here. I thought, when I first contacted him, I thought that the AFL here would sort of be full of foreigners, you know, expat Australians and stuff playing. But he was telling me that he is the only Australian in his club. All the rest are Chinese. So that's good. Yeah, I'll be very, very interested to chat to some of these players and see what they enjoy about AFL. Because it's not something I've ever heard of in China. It's a very, very new thing for me. So up here, in front of us, this big orange building we see just coming out the back of this electricity box is apparently a sports stadium. And then just beyond here, we have some sort of amusement park. So we're walking down, basically we're going to get down that far and yeah, finish up there. Not sure what this building over in front of us here might be. Again, it's in a bad angle with that sun. Very difficult to see. Maybe a school of some kind or a college. Not sure. Like I say, we'll have to come back, do another video in the future. And if we look up at this sign up in front of us, we have Zhengshan Tourist Resort, Zhengshan Food Valley. Oh, that might be interesting to go and see sometime. I can't quite read that. Let's get a little bit closer. We've got a green light now. Shanhu Scenic Area and Dachong. Oh, Dachong Zoo. There's a zoo here. Okay, definitely another place we're going to find our way back to and have another look around. So we have, looks like big swamp area here. With lots of gardens down through the way. So yeah, all around the edges here we've got garden areas, vegetables growing. And then this big orange sports stadium. That looks really cool. I saw this as we were driving in and going, what the hell is that? What a weird looking building. And it wasn't until, yeah, we got close and I saw the signs. They should have some signs in English. Well done, SiHui. So I could see what it was. Yeah, it's a cool looking building. It's really nice. And driving in here, oh Lord, we got a DD from our college out here. It's about, like I say, I think it was 24 kilometers. Cost us, what was it, 63 RMB. So, what's that, about $12 Australian to travel 20 odd kilometers. Not bad when you look at the price of a taxi in Australia. It's mind-blowing. That's why it's so easy to move around here. DDs and stuff, taxis, buses, they're all so cheap. But yeah, this DD driver, 50 kilometers an hour was all he would do. We're on a highway where the speed limit's 100 and he's doing bloody 50. So actually, when we got here and I got out, I gave him a 0-star review and blocked him. He won't be picking me up again. So yeah, in the DD app, if you have a driver that you don't like, you can actually block a driver. It's only the second time I've had to do that. Yeah, I don't mind a driver being slow and taking it safe and stuff, but when you're on a highway with trucks and the like going past you at 100k an hour, sitting on 50, that is just dangerous. So yeah, got rid of him. Won't be getting in a car with that guy again. The only other guy I've had to do that with was, we took a trip from somewhere to somewhere. It was from Darren Far to my home. You know, it's a between 10 and 15 RMB trip. And got to the end of the trip and he's tried to charge me for getting onto a toll road. Charge me an extra 20 RMB or something. What the friggin' heck? And so I actually contacted the DD people and they got all that rescinded and he got blacklisted. He won't be coming to pick me up again either, just trying to do the dirty. It's funny, you run into these these Chinese people, you know, that you meet for the first time and they just, a lot of them just presume that you're new here, that you don't know anything. So, my students, although we don't do it much anymore, we used to always, before COVID, I used to always spend a lot of time with my students. We'd go to supermarkets together, we'd go to restaurants and have dinner. So they've always got chances to practice their English. You know, they learn a lot more out of class than they'll ever learn in class. Out of class, they're relaxed. They can just chat and be chilled and not have to worry about being judged or anything. So yeah, we used to always do that, and we'd go to get on a bus, and I go, oh, we need bus 31, and they always go and check the signs because they don't trust me. Oh no, how do you? And then when they find out, yes, we need bus 31. How did you know that? I say, well, I've been here for years. I've been in Jiaqing longer than you. Of course I know. So yeah, it's a laugh. So we have Xiandongmei Gymnasium. We'll have a look on the sign here. We're not actually going to go for a walk inside, I don't think. We can't see much there. So the stadium itself, we have car parking, basketball courts. They must be over the other side there. And then the river running down the back. And then just over beyond the stadium was some sort of amusement park, which looked interesting. So we're going to duck in, have a look in there. So you can see a big Ferris wheel up here. There's a number of ride sort of things. Over on, okay, so we've got basketball courts, tennis courts in the back of here. We've got more sporting stuff down the back there by the look of it. Here we've got a big electric car parking area for recharging your electric cars. These are getting more and more common everywhere here. And they're very, very reasonably priced. Yeah, electric cars are really, really taking off here in China. I've mentioned it before. We might have to, there was a big, now where was it? Might have been Chongqing. There was a big car show last year. I saw a couple of vloggers from here went there to do videos. It's something I'm going to have to try and get to next year and go and have a look around, because it was pretty amazing by the look of it. Really interesting car show. A lot of electric cars and all of the big manufacturers from China. Well, all of the little manufacturers from China. There was so much stuff there by the look. So yeah, we're gonna have to, it's another thing I've got to try and do, is try and work out how to get information ahead of time. Because at the moment, so it looks like just back through here, we come down from the stadium down these steps, and through here it looks like all food sort of places, and those food places lead our way down to this little park area, which is still a bit hard to see. We're almost there. So yeah, I've got to try and find a way to try and get information more ahead of time. A lot of stuff that I hear about things on the day that they're happening, and I just go, geez, I wish I'd known that before, because I'd love to have gone there. So yeah, we're working on that. I'm trying to, I've got some contacts in the Foreign Affairs Department here in Jiaqing. And I've got them looking into stuff for me. I've got a couple of other people. I'm going to contact some of these other YouTubers, start trying to get a bit more information. Where do they get their information from? Where do they find out that things are happening? Because yeah, I want to go and see a lot more of stuff around the place, but it's a matter of getting the information in time. Oh, what's going on here? Something's going on with this gimbal, and I'm not sure what. So we've got more building happening out here to the right of this park area. So probably going to be more food places going up. This all looks fairly new in here. So I don't know if we're going to be able to get in and have a look. We'll have a little walk past. I can see sort of roller coaster stuff, small roller coaster stuff, not big sort of my size roller coaster stuff, but okay. Down onto the road, we get past here and then we should be able to get a good view of what's going on here once we get past these fences. So yeah, the basic plans for the channel, the next year is about getting gear, getting equipment, getting set up for videoing, doing a lot better, and learning a bit more about editing stuff, because at the moment I don't know very much. Oh, looks like we can just walk in. Okay, we'll take a walk in and have a little walk around in here. Just see what's the go. So we've got parking over here. So it's all free parking at the moment. No doubt busy times, these gates will be turned on and you'll have to pay for parking. But a lot of places here, when it's quiet times, it's just free parking. They don't charge you. Oh, look at these little little rides up here. A couple of guys going around on here. So it looks like this just circles right the way around the park. Give you a look around. Okay, and we'll walk. Which way are we going to go? We'll go around to the right. So, big ride here. So that looks like it swings and spins, I imagine. We have lots of food places over here. A lot of them closed at the moment. This would be more a weekend place, I would imagine. We have lake in the middle, boats floating around there. Ah, and then these swings, so this will be spinning around. I've seen this before. Been on something like that back in Australia, back at the show. Then over the back here we've got a bit of a roller coaster. Doesn't look too big, doesn't look too scary. I could probably handle that without getting too sick. Look at this wall behind this ride here. This looks amazing. Looks like still under construction. So we're going to have to come back in here maybe on a Saturday night. Look at this Ferris wheel. That's a fair size. Really cool. So yeah, we might have to come back here on like a Saturday night and do a video, actually come and see when, you know, when it's busy and pumping and everybody's here. What do we got up here? We've got steps going way up. Okay, so first of all, we've got bumper cars here. And then up the back here, oh, this is a water slide. So you climb the steps up to the top, and then this is a glass bottomed slide with water running down, and you slide all the way down, and you're finishing up down here. It's a bit cool. I don't think we're going to see anybody going on there today. So this is where we wind up, come right there down the bottom here. They're good fun. I've been in one of them in Yunfu up at Tianlu Mountain. So we have another ride here. I don't know what that is. Little merry-go-round sort of thing here. Oh, and they've got another. So these buildings look like they're going to be a theme. We've got a guy doing work up here. So it looks like they're refurbishing a lot of these. Now we have a big adventure play park area. Wow, look at this huge big netting to climb up to get up the top here for the kids. Same over the other end. We've got a couple of big curly slides that come down from there. And then lots of climbing stuff and things in here. That's pretty cool, I must say. Then we have a Bounty's Revenge. Well, Pirates of the Caribbean, they call it here. Adventure World in Perth, Australia. That's Bounty's Revenge. Big stage here, so performance area. I guess they do performances here from time to time. As we look back in this climbing area, lots of slides and stuff over this area. Looks really good. Okay, we are definitely going to have to come back and have a look in here one day when it's actually in use. Gee, if I'd known I'd have come out here during Spring Festival, I reckon this place would have been packed during that time. And then this. Now, I imagine this is one of those rides where they hoik you up to the top and then just drop you down and you free fall down, I imagine. Never been on one of them. And then so from this stage, there's big waterfall coming down. Well, not big waterfall, but we got a waterfall. And then sort of shooting gallery stuff up here. We got these cars up on the top here. Actually run on this track and you go right the way around that lake, coming back in over this side, which there's none running around at the moment. There was a couple running around just as I was coming in, but they got off before I could get there. So yeah, nice little area. So yeah, that is pretty much, turn that tracking thing off. Turn that tracking thing off. That is pretty much SiHui that we're going to see for now. There's a lot more to see, of course. We will come back and check some more stuff out in the future, because it does look an amazing place. So we will definitely be back to look for more. I hope you've enjoyed that. If you have, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Like I said earlier, if you have questions, comments, if you've got anything you'd like to learn about life here in China, hit us up in the comment section and we'll endeavor to bring whatever we can to you. Share with friends. If you've got other people who might like to learn about life here, yeah, share it with friends. And yeah, everybody's welcome. So thanks for watching, everybody. Take care of yourselves and we will see you all in the next one. Cheers.